Thank you. I'm glad to be talking to the people again on this very important issue of indebtedness. Government, as we know, borrows money for its own expenses. And you know, and many of us have come across that figure, before this year, government had close to $6 billion of debt. And in this financial year, 2020-2021, government intends to borrow a whopping $2 billion again, which will bring our own debt situation to $8 billion. We know that. But many people don't know this. On top of this debt, the government guarantees the loans by its own company, by government-owned companies, corporations like FSC, Fiji Sugar Corporation. And this total guarantee stood at $800 million before this year. But then you have seen the guaranteed to Fiji Airways that government has given of about $440 million. So you add on to the already outstanding guarantees, the guarantee alone is about $1.5 billion at this year. So for us, we need to add that liability to the government debt position. And that brings a government debt liability to $10 billion. That's a whopping amount. But that's not the end of the story. Government also guarantees the members' funds that are in the Fiji National Provident Fund. And if you add that to the total amount, you're talking about a debt liability of government of very close to $14 to $15 billion. So to me, that is what we need to focus on at this time. Yeah, I've mentioned that a bit in my answer to the last question. Because when these companies, government-owned companies, cannot pay a loan that is guaranteed by government, who pays? It's the government that pays. And if you think that hasn't happened, it has happened. And particularly at these very difficult times, where government is really scratching for money, you can find that some organizations or companies that don't pay the debt, government will have to pay at this particular time. We have the guarantees of government to Fiji Broadcasting Commission, Fiji Airways, Fiji Sugar Corporation, just to name a few. And for some of these organizations, their performance in good times is not very good. And imagine their performance under very difficult situations we're having now. So the likelihood of some of these companies to repay their loans is quite low. So it's really important for us to add the guarantee to our debt situation. Government, in my view, will not collect all its revenue that is budgeted for the 2021 financial year. So government will need to borrow over $2 billion this year. And government, again, have another financial year next year, and I think it will borrow about the same amount of around $2 billion next financial year. And that hikes the total government debt to $10 billion. And as you mentioned, government has guaranteed $440 million already to the Fiji Airways. And I predict that we will not be able to fully restore travel soon, at least to me until 2 years' time. So if that happens, in my view, Fiji Airways will come back to government for support. And I'm guessing that support will be close to another $500 million of guarantee. Now, you add the escalating government debt to the escalating government guarantee, and you can clearly see that we are in a very explosive financial situation. So that's why I'm saying a time bomb is ticking, and it's at the Fiji Airways, that their needs may be increased much more than what we have seen up to now. Government, in my view, has denied making many serious mistakes in the past on economic and financial management. And in a way, the crisis has exposed these mistakes for everyone to see. We've been talking about these mistakes here, at least in Unity Fiji, for quite a while. It's there now. The crisis has revealed that mistake. We have been offering solutions in the last 8 months or so. Our solutions, if you look at our alternative budget, they are well articulated there. But giving solutions at this time, to me, is useless. Why? Our biggest problem is that we have a minister for the economy that doesn't listen, whatever our solutions. We have been offering many. So to me, the most effective solution is to change our financial and economic manager of the country. That is, to me, the first step to do before he takes us over this financial cliff. If we don't, I think, and I'm quite convinced of this, we should brace for the worst. Thank you very much.